Yeah, hey class. I wanted to go over this emotional contrast in Illustrator assignment very quickly and just go through the student examples. Now, there's a difference. They talk about in the assignment, it has to be abstract, but it really has to be non-representational. Okay, what's the difference? If you Google abstract art, you'll see non-representational images, but you'll also see representational images that are abstracted. So what we want, just to clarify, we don't want any guns, trees, moons, people, dogs, stars, anything like that. So let's just go quickly through this. And we want one picture for each. So this was ego and humility. All right. And I won't go into the whole, analyzing these in terms of the written component, but there is a substantial written component here. And here we have, as soon as you subdivide the space, you're representing, foreground and background, but it's still a non-representational, object. So anyway, I was just wanted to throw that out in terms of even the space itself being representational. So this is good. We've got all of these, it looks like a Kandinsky, a lot of these abstract geometric shapes coming down that signify something against another abstract shape, right? This one I just noticed is a little problematic. That looks a lot like a moon there, right? So be careful that you don't. I was thinking, earlier when I was thinking about this, a little reminder, a subdivided space, a circle up above, that could be a moon over a landscape. It's really easy to get sucked into that. Do these look like bubbles? Maybe. Star shapes? Maybe. But it's still a very non-representational. I mean, I get kind of a surreal scape here, but it's not overpowering. This is a really good example. This is emptiness and fulfillment. So emptiness here, and you can see scale is a really good way to work with this assignment. You can see a very large circle and very small, tiny circles down here. That change in contrast, and look, like the little small circles have fallen through this opening here and landed here. That's what we want. We don't want any outside pointers telling us what these things, could be in real life. They represent ideas and emotions. And then this is fulfillment. Let's take another look here. Yeah, and so here we have a circle peeking out from behind a grid, right? It's not a person's face peeking out from a window in an apartment complex. But we kind of, in our own minds, we are able to, the beautiful thing about this assignment is that you are able to establish meaning without having to put on these costumes of representational imagery. Okay, another very abstract piece. This was Trapped and Freedom. Let's look at another one. I love this one. Beautifully colored circles falling into an opening, changing to gray. This one is depression and joy. Do we start to see a sun here? I mean, rays radiating off of a round shape. It's still not. It's it's still pretty far from being a sun in a scene. But just be careful. I would use basic shapes. Look at these. A triangle could be a mountain. You can turn these things into trees and mountains and stuff if you're not careful. But what I'm looking for more are these abstract, non-representational shapes moving in a way and coming to a conclusion in a narrative where things are being compressed, things are being attacked. This one could it starts to become a figure, but it's still not a figure. These are floating orbs. So this is, it's a space, but it's populated by things that we can't really put our finger on, and that's what we're looking for. The same thing with these. Look at this. The things you can do with just something that has a point on it, that has a break on it, because we've all experienced breaking branches, breaking icicles, things. So when something like this that's not representational has a break in it, we can kind of like go back and sense, I think subconsciously, some kind of meaning in there. Another one, these are really good. We used to do this before digital with little cutout strips of paper and do amazing artworks. And a lot of them had to do with scale or grouping. Like here you can see one thin little line is holding up this large shape. This one's The Weight of Despair. I would stay away from these built-in star shapes. I like circles. I like lines. But star shapes, they're so cookie cutter out of the box, they can easily become suns. Make your own, freeform ones. These kinds of things are always beautiful. Boy, this one's really, really beautifully put together, crammed into this little box here. Nice colors. This is a little bit more advanced maybe, but even something like this, if you're just drawing with the blob brush, you can make a space like this from hand. If you're not good at Illustrator and you don't really understand anchor points and stuff, and you're just drawing, creating a colored background with the rectangle tool and then drawing things on a different layer on top of it, you can do things like this that deal with isolation or intimidation or feeling lost. Or conversely, well, this one has kind of those connotations, but they can be happy too. Things can be floating and flying, right? All right, stay away from these shapes. That would be my recommendation. And I believe that is it. All right, let me know if you have any questions on this assignment.